How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another upload, and today I'm going to look at the remaining Criterion Collection Blu-Rays. So let's just get started with 1955's Rififi, which is a French heist film directed by an expat, Jules Dassin. So yeah, the story is that Jules Dassin basically did like these noirs in the U.S., like Brute Force, The Naked City, Night in the City, but after Night in the City, he was forced to leave the U.S. because he had ties to the Communist Party. So he just went to France and did this movie. Yeah, it's basically a heist film, as you can tell. We'll zoom into that. There's all the bonus shit. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, won like Best Director at Cannes. Pretty big deal. If you know anything about Cannes. But yeah, the one thing this film is probably most well known for is its lengthy heist sequence. It's very realistic, no dialogue, no music, just pretty influential. But my favorite part of this movie is probably like the aftermath of the heist. Hell, I guess the planning too, like everything but the heist. Like the heist is kind of, like it's realistic, but I don't know, can get a bit boring in my opinion. I don't know. You see, a pretty lengthy movie, around 2 hours long. Yeah, for some reason it's in full screen, even though it came out in the 50s. I don't know, I guess that's how it was in France. It's weird, but whatever, I guess. Yeah, I guess we'll take a look at the booklet, which I already have out, just to save time. Yeah, it's just all these Criterion movies. I've shown these off already. They're just essays. I'm not going to show all of these off, but any pictures. Some of these have pictures. This one doesn't have. There's the back. Pretty cool. There we have one talking about the transfer, restoration shit. There we have cast and credits. Oh, Jules Dassin actually played a character in that movie. That's cool. Yeah, that's all there is to say about that one. It's a good heist film. It's a good noir. Not really crazy about French movies, but, I thought this one was worth. I enjoyed this one, personally. All right, next up we have from the year 1957. Zoom it out a little bit. There we go. A Face in the Crowd, which this was Andy Griffith's film debut, believe it or not. Yeah, I think No Time for Sergeants came out as well, which that was a Broadway play that he was in, but that one came out, I think, later that year. Which I feel like I've seen that movie before. Because I know Don Knotts. I remember some Army movie that had like Don Knotts in it too. I think that was it. And here we go. He's facing the crowd. Basically, the story, it's about some dude that like this alcoholic drifter that's actually a really good singer, and like some like radio station discovers him and he ends up becoming famous, and I won't spoil too much, but it's very entertaining. Very incredibly entertaining. Yep, directed by that one guy that like basically shilled. Yeah, basically no, not shill, snitch. Yeah, fucking snitched out on the the Hollywood blacklist. I can't pronounce his name. Elia Kazan or some shit. I don't know. There's all the special features. Another one a little over 2 hours. Well, the other one wasn't 2 hours, but yeah, both of those are about the same length, I guess. Yeah, this is probably, like I said, this is a really good movie. More of like a I guess drama, satirical drama. I don't know. Like it holds up pretty well in my opinion. Still relevant today in my opinion. Just definitely check it out. I guess we'll go look at the booklet as well. Yeah, this one actually comes with a fucking book. You see, there's Old Lonesome Roads. That's the name of the character. He's supposed to be like a country folk singer, someone that appeals to the common man, which people use him. Trust me. Oh, there's a quote. There's nothing as trustworthy as the ordinary mind of the ordinary man. Yep, he said that in the movie. What do we got in here? Oh, that's such shit. We'll look at a few pages. There's one from like one of his concerts, I think. Here we have a scene from where he's in jail at the beginning of the movie with there's the cast. And the credits. Damn, we got a bunch of pictures in here. That's what I'm talking about. There's one scene from later in the movie. Better than Rififi. Rififi was pretty lame. What we got? There's one where he's on television. There's one with with the politician. That's a big part of the movie, big major aspect of the movie. And there's a couple of the characters. I think that's the one who discovers him, and that's one who's like does something else. Like I can't remember what he does, like an accountant or some shit. And there's another scene from later in the movie. I won't look at all of these, I promise. Oh, we got one talking about the screenwriters, but that's just pretty sure is that a scene from the movie? That might actually be the screenwriters. I don't fucking know. Anything else worth looking at? There's roads again. I guess we'll get one more. There's one from like whenever he gets married to a character. But yeah, just a bunch of stuff in here. You know, a lot of like great content. Yeah, Griffith's performance is really good in this movie, by the way. He's the highlight in my opinion. Like I said, definitely check this out. There's another one talking about the transfer, and I guess that's from another one of his concerts. I don't know, TV appearances. There's that, and that's a face in the crowd. Like I said, check it out. All right, next up we have Targets, which is Peter Bogdanovich's directorial debut. You know, with old Boris Karloff. I think this was his last movie before he died. I think this came out maybe a year or two before his death. Yeah, this came out in 68, so he like died like maybe, what, a year later? He died, what, 68, 69? I don't remember. Something like that. You know, we have a description of the movie. Yeah, this basically is like two storylines in one. You have one, Roger Corman was like a producer for this movie, believe it or not. Even though it was like released through a major studio, very unusual, not like American International. What was that other one? He had one called, what, Filmways? Not the Filmways that became... Not the Filmways that became some other studio, but... You know. Now I'm just not the Filmways that became Orion, I think. I'm getting confused, but yeah. Basically, like I said, two plot lines in one. You got Boris Karloff plays an actor that wants to retire. You also have a seemingly normal man who actually becomes a what do they call him? Serial killer. Yeah, it has a lot to say about gun violence. Yeah, pretty left-wing movie. Yeah, I was surprised I liked this more than I did, but it's pretty good. Like I said, surprisingly. Of course, nowadays they probably call it like woke or whatever because you know it's about it advocates for gun control, but I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. Well, it doesn't really advocate for it, but you know you can read between the you just got to read between the lines. It's pretty short too, 90 minutes. Like I said, low budget. Like Paramount just like bought the rights to it later after it was made. Because I think this film was made for well under $1 million. It's good. This one's good, but I don't know. Like, I've seen better Criterion films. I guess like thriller / drama movies. I guess I don't know. I don't know how to really describe it. It's like multiple genres in one. Damn, this is another one. It's got like 9 million fucking pages. We'll take a look at some pictures though. I guess here we go. This looks cool. Just Targets. Yeah. Just the fonts. Of course, it stars Boris Karloff. Yep. Yeah, the table of contents. What else we got here? Oh, there we got a picture of some people. But it looks like Targets. How appropriate. Here we have the cast and the credits. Yeah, Bogdanovich, it said, directed it. But like I said, Corman was involved. He helped like put up the funds and stuff. So yeah, I think it was basically one of those cases like as long as you can keep it within budget, you can do whatever the hell you want, which you know Bogdanovich did. And there we have Boris Karloff, you know, with like a scope, with a yeah, I guess it's a scope, yep, or a sight, whatever the hell it's called. This is another one. Yep, that's where he's just shooting people later in the movie. And there's another one where he's like got his guns and shit. Yeah, he actually buys like guns like really easily in this movie because it doesn't have like a record or anything. Gets it on his dad's name. He's like, yeah, you can have him. Fuck it. And there he is with his the killer. That's the killer right there with his family. And there we have some dude falling. And we'll get a couple more. There we have I think that's supposed to be his wife. What else we got? We'll look at one more. We got Karloff and the killer. And we'll get one more. Now we have another one with Karloff and the killer. So, yep. It's another book just talking about the movie, and we'll look at the last one, too. Talking about the production credits. I've done that already, so we'll just do it again. There we have all his guns, and there we have one of those things that police officers shoot out, like a human-shaped target. Like I said, it's a good movie, but I don't know. It was somewhat disappointing, but it's still good, though. And then we have another movie that was good, but kind of disappointing. This is Buck and the Preacher. Yeah, this is a Western, but it stars black people. Yeah, it's actually based off, like, loosely based off true events. Well, not like true, like, these people aren't real, but, like, the characters aren't, like Buck and the Preacher, but it's, like, based off these, like, I can't remember the name of these people, but they, blacks that went out west and tried to find a better life after the Civil War. They got some name. I'll put what it's called in the description of the video after I'm done, because I can't remember the name of it right now. And we have that. We'll flip it over. There's the description. Yeah, it's Sidney Poitier's directorial debut. Yeah, he just does a Western. Interesting. Also has Harry Belafonte. Obviously, he's the guy that did that one song in Beetlejuice. He also, the Banana Boat song. He did the other song, too. And, yep, there's all the special features and shit. And let's take a look at the, This is kind of cool. This is set up like a Western poster, you know, like $500 reward, because like they're outlaws in the movie. Basically, the plot is Buck is trying to, like, get blacks, you know, out west, paying to, like, to be like a guide to, like, take black people out west. Unfortunately, like, people that work for the former slave owners are trying to get the black people back, you know, so they can, like, work for them, you know, as, like, sharecroppers. So they're, like, using forms of intimidation, like burning down the bat wagons and stuff just to send them back. Of course, Buck's job is to, like, keep them away from all that. And, of course, he just eventually decides to say fuck it and take business into his own hands and just, starts killing the white assholes. And just, that's how this reward comes along. Of course, the preacher gets involved. He's not really a preacher, by the way. He's, like, pretends to be one. He's a con man. But, yeah, Belafonte's character, though, is definitely the best one in the movie, the preacher. Here we open it up. Here we have the cast. Oh, I like the type font. Looks like something from, like, an old Western poster. There's all the major actors. Yeah, Native Americans are in this movie too, but they're, like, treated with respect. You know, not like no serious stereotypes or anything. You know, pretty, revolutionary for the time. Back then, they were just, like, scalp hunters. Let's be fucking honest here. You know, they just killing white people just because they're quote unquote savages, but not in this movie. They do it because they have reasons. And they don't fuck with the blacks because they have nothing against them. You know, they're both getting used by the whites. Now we have some images. Oh, there's one for the poster. You know, you got Poitier and Belafonte. And that's, like, behind the scenes stuff, too, on the top. Yeah, this is the fold out, unfortunately. Look at it. Let's flip it over. Oh, we got some more. I already saw that. Fuck. Yeah, there ain't nothing here that we haven't already seen. But yeah, it's a good Western, but I don't know. Could have been better, but it's more interesting from a historical perspective. Yeah, kind of neat. Like I said, kind of cool to see the first Western with, like, black people, with, like, mostly black cast, or blacks as protagonists. In here, I gotta take the, there we go. Now I got my last movie that I haven't shown yet. This is Thelma and Louise from 1991. Yep, old Ridley Scott. And in my opinion, this is the best film out of all the films we've seen so far. Yeah, kind of weird. We have, like, 3 quote-unquote woke movies in a row. Interesting. I don't know. I'm saying woke because, you know, people, like, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. But whatever. Like I said, this is the best movie. Like I said, it's sort of like a mix of genres. Like, it's got, like, action. You know, it's like an action movie, like a action adventure. It's like a road movie. It's like a drama. You know, like a feminist film. Just all sorts of, like, shit thrown together in a blender. It all comes out, and it works pretty well. And we'll flip it over. Yeah, there's the plot. Basically, it's about 2 housewives. Just, you know, one of them wants to get away from her asshole husband. So they both go away to a bar, and then they end up, like, accidentally killing a man that, like, wants to rape them. And, of course, they're, like, on the run. Yeah, great movie. And got a good cast, too. You know, you got the main ones. You got Susan Sheridan and Gina Davis play the Thelma and Louise. And, of course, you also have Harvey Keitel plays, like, the police officer that's after them. You also have what's his name? Michael Marsden, I think. It's Mr. Blonde from Reservoir Dogs. He plays like Thelma's I think it's Thelma, yeah, like her boyfriend, I think. And who else is in this movie? Yeah, Brad Pitt's in this movie too, in like a super early role. So yeah, great cast overall. Very good movie. And I guess we'll take a look at the this stuff now, I suppose, the booklet. Yeah, this is kind of cool. It's the script from the opening scenes of the movie. Cool. What else we got in here? I'm sure we have some pictures to look at. How big is this? Oh, 32 pages. Holy shit. Let's take a look at some images. That's kind of cool, the way they got the cast and credits. Yeah, Michael Madsen. Yep. Yeah, you see there's all the characters, you know. Yeah, Brad Pitt's character is just JD is, name. No, it's Thelma's boyfriend. Yeah, because Thelma's the one. Luis is the one who's got the husband. What we got here now? Here we have like a scene from the fucking movie. Here we got some behind the scenes. There's I think it's Ridley Scott, like I'm assuming. The two main actresses. Got some more behind the scenes shit. We got one of the characters. There's Brad Pitt's character. There we have the two protagonists. Let's see, more behind the scenes shit. That's like production. Are those like production photos? Huh. I think maybe. That's cool. There we have protagonists again. Yeah, this one has like a lot of like production photos. Huh. That's interesting. Not just scenes from the movie. So that's cool. There's one talking about the movie's feminist legacy, like an essay. And yep. It's like a long. It's going longer than I thought. Fuck it. There we have more shit. What pictures we got? I think we're almost done here. What is this? Oh, it's like the screenplay. I guess it's like an early version. I don't know. I have no idea who wrote this movie. There's some more. I know it says it at the beginning of the book, but I already forgot. I didn't check. And there we have more production shits. Very cool. And then we have the back talking about the transfer. Nice. Oh yeah, this is the only film I have out of all of these. It's an anamorphic widescreen. Kind of interesting. All the rest are either most of these are like in 1.85, except for Reefy, that's in full screen. Yeah, kind of weird because interesting too, because Reefy is also a film noir, and in my film noir video I said this is the rest of my film noir stuff, and I was like, oh, I forgot to do all of them. I was like, no, I forgot to do one after I'd done the video. Yeah, this one comes on 2 discs. I think the second one has like bonus features and stuff. But yeah, this video is running kind of long now, so I'm going to end it. So y'all have a good rest of your day.